Joining us from Sydney is Peter Harbison, the Executive Chairman of the Centre for Asia-Pacific Aviation, known as CAPA. Peter, many thanks indeed for joining us today. I must ask you, first of all, how worrying are these cracks, or is it more of a blemish?
Look, I really don't know, and I don't think anybody else outside the safety authorities and the airlines has a clue either. Where we're coming from is really that this is an iconic aircraft and it gets an awful lot of news whenever anything like this happens.
There are 68 in operation. They've been ordered to inspect all of them again. Peter, I mean, how damaging is it to the brand if airlines want to buy future A380s? They may say, maybe not.
Yeah, I think that's probably not something on the cards, unless this turns out to be something much more serious than is currently being talked about. But yes, I think this is the aircraft which has the highest reputation. It's the most talked about aeroplane. It is, as I said, it's iconic. So anything that happens with it is going to attract a lot of attention. Now, whether that attention continues will really depend on just how serious these are. But for the time being, it sounds as if the European authority is playing it down somewhat, and therefore it should blow through.
The question from the authorities was structural integrity. That was the concern again. The word integrity, if amongst this very competitive market again, passenger safety is hugely concerning, that therefore could really hold them back though, surely.
Well, I mean, it gets, as I say, it gets an enormous amount of publicity right now. The real issue is to find out just how serious the cracks are and to what extent they do affect the integrity. At the moment, they're saying it's not affecting the integrity, but that's what they want to find out. So if it continues, it will be an issue for, but who knows where it's going to go.
It's interesting, isn't it, Peter, because they are made in south of England, and then they're transported by road and then by sea to the south of France. I mean, is that, I think, a bit of a problem? Could that change, maybe?
Oh, look, I honestly wouldn't have a clue. That sort of issue in terms of the technical movements. I mean, we probably all remember seeing those fuselages of the A380 first shifting their way through some small villages in France as they went down to Toulouse. The parts of the aircraft come from all over the place and are assembled together in Toulouse, but what happens en route, who knows?
Peter Wiley here, if I can ask you, how do you view the industry this year in the air? I mean, is it going to be a tough year for them?
It's going to be a tougher year. It's going to be particularly tough in Europe, I think. And for us in this region, where I think growth is going to continue, it won't be so profitable, and particularly if fuel prices stay as high as they are. But we are going to see some spillover, I think, from the Europeans who are sort of exit from the European market and try and pick up some Asian profitability. So we are a global system after all, and whatever happens in Asia is going to be affected by what happens elsewhere. It's going to be a challenging year. There's no doubt about that.
Peter, thanks for your time. Have a very good weekend when it comes. Peter Harbison there. Many thanks indeed for joining us there from Sydney.